everybody, this is Roxy, and I was working along here and I thought I might as well show what I'm making. So I bought this big pack of lavender on Amazon, and it was jam-packed. I've been filling little jars, containers, like the little mason jars, little salt and pepper shakers. And I went on Pinterest to find a recipe. I know there's, I had penned a couple years ago a recipe for lavender cosmopolitans. And so I was going to grab that, and then I got, I just put in lavender recipe. And there's cookies and icing and cake and tea. And I thought, ooh, tea would be cool. So I thought, how can I package the tea? So I went on YouTube and found a bunch of tutorials on using coffee filters, these things, to make the most adorable little tea bags. And they are so cute, and everyone is a little different. They're so cute. And for the tea, you use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons. So I'm doing 1.5 teaspoons of lavender in your bag. So I will show how I made them. So these could not be any simpler to make, and you could even just use loose leaf tea or, another kind of, like if you have some chamomile buds, or I don't know, you could, find a tea recipe or even like a herb recipe. Like what would be good? Oregano. No, I thought of something. I can't think of what it is now. Maybe rosemary. And all you do is you cut off about not a third, probably. I just cut right up to about not quite up to the circle part on both sides. Okay. And then I have a few here. It's so easy. And this is organic. Well, it's certified organic and edible or whatever, food safety, but who knows? I don't know what that means. Nobody does. So then I put it, because I tried to do it the way I saw, and it gets kind of puffy here. So I put like a ridge or a space in between, and then just kind of get everything back. Get all the kids back in the pool. And then fold one side over and fold the other side to make sure nothing gets out. Like that. And if the seeds have come up here, or the buds, don't worry, once you fold it, it's okay. So then fold it up. Kind of just holding everything down. And then just kind of there. Okay, then just kind of go like that. And fold it down. I'm going to fold it this way, because more came here. I folded 3 times. They say to fold it, or the one I watched said to fold it twice. And then she folded it 3 times. So, and then I just used the Dollar Tree string. And I put a loop here, I think just because it will be less likely for the string to pull out. So I've had that happen with tea. And then I use my tiny attacher, and I usually get it on there. And just do 2 staples. Isn't that adorable? And then I'm going to make a little tag for the end. And I'm going to package it up, and I will show you that. Okay, so I've got all my little tea bags done, and I'm just putting a little, the little tab on the end of the string. So I found a stamp from a stamp that I bought this summer. It is called 2-step Stampin' Watercolor Minis. And it's from 2001. And you could use any little flower for your design because I think we identify lavender with the little buds more so than the flower. But I just thought that looked like kind of little bits of lavender. So I'll just stamp a couple out. And I just cut these like 3/4 of an inch by, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. Didn't really pay much attention to that. I just don't want to get it on my little poster board. So I'll just do a couple there. So that's what I'm using for that. And then I just take my little tea bag. I love these. I had a party. We had company Saturday, and I gave all the ladies one, and I think they liked them. Thought they were cute. They sat and sniffed them half the night. So, and this, I'm gonna probably have a little sign. I'm gonna keep them in here. That's my grandma's. I think it's a sugar bowl, littlest sugar bowl. But I think I'm gonna have a little sign just so people know that you can use it as tea, like add lemon to it for tea, or as a sachet, or you can put it in your pillowcase for calming and relaxation. That actually, I broke my leg in 2000, and when I went to the hospital, they had a new wing in one of these big hospitals in St. Paul, and they were just kind of getting into like aromatherapy and all that kind of stuff. And so this little gal, she was the sweetest nurse ever. And she actually, it was like her last week when I was there, because she was going to go to school to go into communications. I said, you really should just stay in this field, because she was so calming herself and sweet. But anyways, this wing was, soft music, trying to keep the patients calm. And so every night she'd bring a little cotton ball, excuse me, that had a little drop of lavender on it, and just put it on my pillow. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, so as beautiful as that gesture was, I kind of had a hard night wheezing all night. But for a lot of people, it's very calming. Like, I can handle this. It's, my nose gets kind of sniffly, and I get a little clamped in my throat. These staples, I'm not doing this very good. I can't see. But, so I'm not getting too affected by the lavender right now, but I don't think I could sleep with it on my pillow anymore. And a friend of mine, my neighbor up north, up the street, she is from Canada, and she went home to visit a couple of years ago, and there was a store up there that all they do is lavender. And so she bought a couple pillows that's, I'm assuming has filling in it plus lavender. And she swears by it. She loves it. There. So on to the next part of this. I'll finish these later. I found a little box shape on my silhouette. And so I cut some paper out. This is one of those Craftsmith pads from Michaels. But I also did that gorgeous Hobby Lobby. I don't even remember what it's called. I'll write down in the description box what it's called. So there's one of the, there she blows. There's one of these those. And this deer is from last year's dollar spot at Target. Some of these. And what I did is I used my Martha Stewart glue, which you could use any glue, but this glitter glue, I should have bought like a case of it when she was getting out of the business. I don't know if it's still around. If it is, let me know because I'm going to get some. But it's like the best glue for glittering because you just put it on, throw the stuff on, and it's dry within minutes. And then the glitter I used is Tim Holtz Distress Glitter. This stuff is so awesome because it really looks vintagey. Like here's some other little deer. I have these little deer I found at Paper Source last year. I did a haul on those. They're so cute. But look at how vintagey. I love it. Super cool. So that's what I'm doing. So I will just put one of these together so you can see. Oh, and then last week we went to a local church, had a craft sale, and I bought all this lace. Oh, come on, little guy. For $1. Can't believe it. I mean, it's like really pretty lace. $1. It was for the, I think they called it the bargain basement. It's like the ladies auxiliary or whatever, or ladies. It's Lutheran, so I don't know if I'm sure they don't have a rosary society, but they just brought in all their little scraps, and so I bought a bunch. I bought a whole bag full, excuse me, of fabric and napkins and, you know, laces, and that's really pretty. Yeah, like the whole bag was $2.50. And then when I was walking away, she was telling the other lady, she goes, yeah, well, we're just going to put free on these in the last hour. And I'm like, oh, 10 minutes away, I could have got it free. But I'm glad to give them money. So look at this one. Isn't that pretty? I digress. So I think I'm going to use this piece. Some of this. Might be too big. I don't know. I better see how much I need. Ooh, this one. I don't know. Yeah, well, this isn't white, it's cream, so I better use cream. Alright, I'm going to get all this put away so I don't have to. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm so lucked out. I can't believe it. So, this box is really cool. It's from Silhouette. And I will put the image number down below because I can't remember exactly what it's called. But, you know, it scores it all up for you. It's a cute little box. I was going to do a box of like 5, but I think a box of 2 is plenty, especially with a little cute box like this. I know you people are probably like how my arms are, but it's like they're one's between the tripod. Did I do this one? Sometimes you feel like you're using this or doing this with your feet. There. Alright, I'm coming up here to do it. You know what I'm doing. I'm folding. It's just too hard to. There. Alright, and then I put 2 in. Where are my other ones? Here's 2. Oops. I'm trying to just tuck these up like that. And then I put them one way, and then the other way. And it's a great little box because then it just gets folded right up. We watched a really cool movie yesterday called Maudie about this woman from Labrador. She's a folk artist, and she like was a little cute little lady. She's so arthritic she had a hard time walking and could barely paint when she got older. But she's this incredible folk artist. And it's a sweet little movie. It was so cute. I loved it. And her art is just awesome. All right, so I'm going to see. This might be too wide. Yeah, maybe not. I'm just going to cut some. And I think these I'm going to sell for $4. Because, you know, a lavender tea, any kind of lavender or any essentials, herbs and whatnot, it's not cheap. There. And then I just tucked the little deer inside. Do I want silver or gold? Here. And then catch his antlers on top. There. There you have. I like the wide ribbon. Ugh, I can't talk today. So here they all are. I love how the deer kind of just adds a little bit of zhuzh. And I probably will make a bunch more. I've got a sale next Friday, and then I can see how they sell, because otherwise I'm going to have them in that little thing. And that's a little tip for your craft sale table. I either rummage through my basement, or if I find a little trinket or something at a garage sale or whatever, I buy it. Like, I'm not going to sell this, but I've sold like flour sifters. You know, I use them as display. I use old aluminum loaf pans, like the little metal cool ones. Those I don't sell because those are from my collection. But use that kind of stuff to display your cards or items, because it really adds more to the kind of, if you're doing vintage or even just nostalgic, you know, nostalgic craft sale table. That's what you want, because I think it really draws people in. And I've got a couple videos that I've, taped of my craft table. And, you can do a search on that, or I can post them below if anybody's interested. And then I'll do one this year too, of course. But so there's my little tea bag boxes. And give this a try. You were going to get addicted to it. It's so fun. Again, the lavender bag I bought was from Amazon, and it was $13.88 with no shipping. I am an Amazon Prime, of course, but it's well worth it. I mean, if I can get, I'm going to sell single tea bags for probably $1.50. Nice little stocking stuffer or sachet. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Bye.